The NFL on EA Sports is in the Steel City at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the New Orleans Saints. Here we go from Heinz Field as Chris Boswell tees it up and boots it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
Set! 5-8, 5-8! 55!
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. 25. Check 25. Check 25. Begin.
12, 12.
Check 4. Shit. Check 50. Check 50.
20 seconds.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Kill! He's pilot, 64, weak. 11.
Breeze now. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
You got WW2K20.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
From midfield, here's Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Running with Kamara. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
You draw perfect. 36.
Check 55 to Mike. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Hey, Delta. We got 21 points.
Breeze going to throw. The open man is Smith. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Opposite.
Check.
Greystone, Travis.
Check 31.
No. Kill. 21.
Kill. Turn.
5'9".
Watch safety creeping. Safety's
2 jump ball.
Snap comes at 1, and now Breeze almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Kill.
To throw is Breeze. Forced out to his left. Complete. Smith has it. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A gain there of 21 yards.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that could be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
All right, Brent, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
You're good. High forward, ready.
Now Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Let's get it.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Run.
I got you. 198.
Hey, Steve 6.
Watch the pass. 198. Watch 98. 98 to Mike. Silver.
Ready, check.
Now Breeze. And he's got him. Touchdown, Saints. Ted Ginn there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry for James Conner. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now it's Conner. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Set. 18, Gator.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
On second down now, it's Conner. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On third down, Connor. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
61, Matchbox Lights. 54, Mike, 54, they go.
And they are going for it. It's Rudolph. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackle for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 42-yard line.
6-6, bullet high. 54, Mike, 54. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Rudolph looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Rudolph off play action. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Going for it, it's Rudolph. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. And predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Ready, yellow lady, yellow lady. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Check, check, check.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Three down.
Here's Breeze. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 27 yards there, a first down.
I know at retirement ceremonies a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the Steelers' 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Over.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd down and goal. Breeze. The quick slant caught. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Thomas, the lone receiver, left.
I'm coming after you. He's checking. Crash. Hey, watch it.
Breeze now on 3rd and goal. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. Traquan Smith there to make the grab. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Saints 14, Steelers nothing. Will Lutz set.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fast.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
On the double. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Got to do better.
Ready?
Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Vance McDonald, incomplete. Marcus Williams on the coverage.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Back to throw, Rudolph. This is Johnson. He's got it. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. from the gun. Here's Rudolph. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. 9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
2-18, chop. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kiko Alonso. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Ready. 95-56. 95-56.
Check 52.
Kill. Sammy.
Alert 3.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the Steelers' 46-yard line.
Ready. Yellow waiting.
Watch it, drop
Hey,
it.
break it down, fellas. Break it down.
55.
You're good. I'm full. Ready.
Push it back.
Push it back.
Now Breeze. He's got Smith here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Kill.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Shoot.
5-9.
Check.
On first down, Breeze. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. They start with a give to counter. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him
I
going.
was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 2nd and 11 now, Rudolph, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. They're going to try and throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
12. Easy, opposite.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Steps away to his left. This is caught by Ginn. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
198.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And this is Cook with a grab. A gain of 6 there on first.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, it's Kamara. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
0-2.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. Buying time to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Check. Sammy. Hey, Haywood.
Here's Breeze to throw. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Check. You're good. Ready.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
21. Get wide. Hey, kill. 198.
Throwing now is Breeze. Flushed out right to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Breeze. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
We want it.
Rudolph now to throw. He finds his tight end, Gentry. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Rudolph. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Rudolph. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
It's now 4th down and 1.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Quit talking about it.
They're going to run. Here's Connor. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Here's Rudolph. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And now a fumble. The ball's out. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the 4th quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Breeze. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Snags it for the pick. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter.
Let's make these babies cry. General West. Tighten up, tighten up. Get it.
After the interception, here's Rudolph. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So that throw good for 4. It's second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Rudolph. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Back to throw, Rudolph. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Past the 20, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Rudolph. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. And the Steelers on third down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Rudolph. And he finds McDonald. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Now, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Rudolph looking to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's A.J. Klein, the linebacker. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. the defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
11. 198. Watch that.
Breeze is looking to throw. Being chased out left. Ginn has it complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 16 yards, a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Ready.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
You kill.
Now Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Here, 21. Let's go. Ready, catch.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze. Flush to his right. He's got Smith here. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Opposite.
8 yards.
Left.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Good.
27-yard line.
Breeze going to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Now Breeze. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
You're going to keep getting sacks.
Today's
So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports.